Jai Shri Prabhupada. Jai Shri Krishna. Om Gyanatimirandasya Gnagna Shalakaya Chakshurumritamina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapit Mena Bhutale Sarvapakadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vishnavcha Shri Rupam Sagashtam Sahagna Raghunatam Vitam Tansajivam Sadvatam Savdutam Parijana Savitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagna Olita Shri Vishakam Vitam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu, Dina Bandhu Jagatpate, Gopesha Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta Namostute, Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi, Radha Vrindavaneshwari, Vrishapano Sute Devi, Pranamami Hari Priye. Vamchakalpatarupascha, Kripasant Kupevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai the Gayatri Book. Jai His Holiness Sachinandana Swami. Jai His Divine Grace by Charnaravinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. I am still in chapter 6, the mantras. Verse the part with the title How Brahma Sees the Lord. Verse 6. This is on the on the Gopala mantra. The Gopala Gayatri mantra. On the Gopala Gayatri mantra, the part with the title How Brahma Sees the Lord. It is also inspiring to meditate on Lord Brahma's vision after he received the Gopala Gayatri mantra. After having engaged in austerities for a long time, Brahma described his meditation as follows. There is note number 47. So this is from Brahma Samhita 5:26. There exists a divine lotus of 1,000 petals, augmented by millions of filaments in the transcendental land of Goloka. On its wall, there exists a great divine throne on which is seated Sri Krishna, the form of eternal effulgence, of transcendental bliss, playing on his divine flute, resonant with the divine sound, with his lotus mouth. He is worshipped by his amorous milkmaids, with their respective subjective portions and extensions, and also by his external energy, who stays outside, embodying all mundane qualities. So the citation is finished. Now the text further comes. In the Gopala Tapani Upanishad, Lord Brahma speaks the following beautiful verses. After having been asked by the four Kumaras about Krishna's form, how to chant his mantra, and how to worship him. These verses reveal the actual form of Vraja Kishora, the youthful cowherd boy in Vrindavana. Footnote 48. Gopala Tapani Upanishad 1, 9 to 11. 1, 9 to 1, 11. Gopala Tapani Upanishad. Krishna appears like a cowherd boy. His complexion is like a monsoon cloud. He stays under a desired tree. A person who meditates with full devotion on two-armed Lord Krishna, the supreme controller, whose eyes are like two beautiful lotus flowers, whose complexion resembles a monsoon cloud, whose garments shine like lightning, who is holding his hands in the Jnana Mudra, the sign of transcendental knowledge, who wears a garland of forest flowers, who is surrounded by gopas, gopis, and surapi, cows, who rests under a desired tree, who is decorated with divine ornaments, who stands in the middle of a red lotus flower, and who is fanned by breezes that carry the spray of the waves of the Yamuna. Such a person becomes liberated from repeated birth and death. The next time I will continue to try to read. And the next part has a title, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's separation from the Lord. Jai the Gayatri Book. Jai His Holiness Sachinandana Swami. Jai His Divine Grace Vaichana Ravinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai the book Gaudiya Darsana. Jai His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura Prabhupada. Jai Shri Prema Prayojana Prabhu. Jai Shri Narayana Maharaj. Jai Shri Gaur Govinda Swami. Jai His Divine Grace Vaichana Ravinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The object of Gaudiya Darsana. So in the previous part, the different grammatical cases were introduced, and then about every grammatical case there will be an explanation how it connects with Gaudiya Darshana, how Gaudiya Darshana is integrated in all the grammatical cases. And now the next part is the object of Gaudiya Darshana, nominative case. How Gaudiya Darshana is integrated in nominative case. The object of Gaudiya Darshana is Gaudiya Natha, the Lord of the Gaudiyas. Shri Gaura Sundara is Gaudiya Natha. Shri Gaura Sundara is Shri Krishna. Shri Krishna is the cause of all causes, the embodiment of eternity, consciousness and bliss, beginningless, the origin of all. He is Govinda. The word darshana in Gaudiya Darshana does not mean sambhoga, union. Rather, it indicates seva, service. In the extremely profound state of service, the Chaitana Vrittis, modification of supernatural prana within the pure mind, become visible by pervading all the limbs. Sarvangina Bhava. It becomes visible by pervading all the limbs. Sarvangina Bhava. Gaudiya Darshana is only possible by all these vrittis. Just close. Thank you. Ich würde ein bisschen lesen, aber Sie müssen sich nicht stören. Einfach können Sie hier bleiben, wie Sie wollen. Gaudiya Darshana through absorption of the ears and tongue in service. Just as the proverb Raja Pashyati Karnabhyam states, the king sees through the ears. Similarly, Gaudiyas have darshana of Gaudiya Natha through the ears, hearing Gaudiya, nominative, Gaudiyam to the Gaudiya, accusative, Gaudiyena by the Gaudiya, instrumental. Gaudiyaya for the Gaudiya dative, Gaudiyat from the Gaudiya ablative, Gaudiyasya of the Gaudiya genitive, and Gaudiye in the Gaudiya locative. And by the supernatural tongue, which is absorbed in service, the Gaudiyas always experience Gaudiya Darshana when speaking Gaudiya Darshanam, nominative, Darshanam Gaudiyam, vision having the Gaudiya as the object, accusative, Darshanam Gaudiyena, vision by the Gaudiya, instrumental, Darshanam Gaudiyaya, vision of the Gaudiya dative, Darshanam Gaudiyat, vision from the Gaudiya, ablative, Darshanam Gaudiyasya, vision of the Gaudiya, genitive, and Darshanam Gaudiyae, vision in the Gaudiya locative case. So the next time I will continue my trial to read. Jai Gaudiya Darsana, the book Gaudiya Darsana. Jai Shri Prem Priyodhana Prabhu. Jai Shri Guru Govinda Swami. Jai Shri Narayana Maharaj. Jai His Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura Prabhupada. Jai His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Vrinda Shila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So we heard already how sweet and beautiful is the Lord, and how the Gaudiya Darshana, the way how the Gaudiyas look at the world, it is just connected with all the cases and just a person who is a Vaishnava sees in everything the Lord, and in everybody the Lord. Of course, this does not mean that every person is the Lord, of course not, but in every person, in the heart of every person is the Lord, actually. For example, also in verse 3 of Shri Shikshastaka, it is so beautifully said there. You all know these verses of Shri Shikshastaka. Trant pisunichna, tarora pishisna, amani namanadana, kirtanya sadahari. Trant pisunichna, tarora hishisna, amani namanadana, kirtanya sadahari. One has to be more humble than a blade of grass. One has to be more tolerant than a tree. One must not expect respect and glorification from others, but one must be ready to always give respect and glorification to the others. Kirtanya Sadhakari. In this humble state of mind, one has to chant continuously the holy names of the Lord. And in the explanation from Srila Gaur Govinda Swami on this verse, it is said that actually Amarina Manadana, one has to be ready one have to be ready. One have to not expect glorification and respect from others, but one should be ready to always give respect and glorification to the others, to every living entity, because the Lord is in the heart of every living entity. In the explanation of Srila the father of His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, the Bhaktivinoda Thakura, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, in his explanation, in verse 3 of Shikshastakam, Amani Nama Nadana means I have to be ready to give all respect to the others, to the other devotees, according to their position, according to their respective position. But in the explanation of Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj Swami, Srila Gaura Govinda Swami said, one have to be ready to give all respect and glorification to every other living entity, because Krishna lives in the heart of everyone. Of course, both of these explanations are right. And yes, we cannot know actually. Sometimes we know what is the respective position of the other Vaishnava, but sometimes we don't know. So anyway, we have to be ready to give all respect and glorification to the others. And this is connected also with the words which we heard here in Gaudiya darsana and in the Gayatri Book some minutes ago, because it's so beautiful. For example, how Brahma sees the Lord is very beautiful. The Gaudiya darsana of the Gaudiyas, of the Vaishnavas, is very beautiful. This is so beautiful because the Lord is in the heart of everyone, and the Vaishnava is able to see the Lord in the heart of everyone. And the Lord is very beautiful. I'm not trying to instruct anybody. You must know, I'm not qualified on such topics. I'm a theoretical chemist, and I'm not qualified on such topics like Vedic literature and Vedic poetry. I just try to understand these things, but actually one have to try to understand the Vedic literature and Vedic poetry under the guidance of teachers, under the guidance of Diksha Guru and Shiksha Gurus, and all of you who are Vaishnavas in Raganuga Bhakti, and especially those who are Vaishnavas in Rupanuga Bhakti, you are all my teachers. Вам чакал пътя пъща крипасна копега ча пътите на паванега вършнавега на момента. Харе Кришна. Yes, the Lord is very beautiful, and there is a song which says this. The song actually says that the Lord is sweet. But sweet can also mean beautiful, actually. Yes. One can also see something sweet as a beautiful, or something beautiful can be seen as a sweet. Yes. For example, one sees a beautiful child and then one sees, oh, what a sweet child is this. So, yes. She Madura Astakam. I will read the translation and then I will try to sing the song. His lips are sweet, his face is sweet, his eyes are sweet, his smile is sweet, his heart is sweet, his gait is sweet, everything is sweet about the original Lord of sweetness. His voice is sweet, his character is sweet, his attire is sweet, his speech is sweet, his movements are sweet, his wandering is sweet, everything is sweet about the original Lord of sweetness. His flute is sweet, his foot dust is sweet, his hands are sweet, his feet are sweet, his dancing is sweet, his friendship is sweet, everything is sweet about the original Lord of sweetness. His singing is sweet, his drinking is sweet, his eating is sweet, his sleeping is sweet, his beauty is sweet, his tilaka is sweet. Everything is sweet about the original Lord of sweetness. His deeds are sweet, his acts of deliverance are sweet, his stealing is sweet, his amorous play is sweet, his yawning is sweet, and even his chastisements are sweet. Everything is sweet about the original Lord of sweetness. His garland of gunja berries is sweet. His flower garland is sweet. His Yamuna river is sweet. And her waves, water, and lotuses are all sweet. Everything is sweet about the original Lord of sweetness. His gopis are sweet. His pastimes are sweet. His paraphernalia and ornaments are sweet. His food is sweet. His delight is sweet. His embrace is sweet. Everything is sweet about the original Lord of sweetness. His gopas are sweet. His cows are sweet. His staff is sweet. His act of creation is sweet. His defeat of demons is sweet. And his bestowal of fruits is sweet. Everything is sweet about the original Lord of sweetness. Shri Madhura Astakam. This is a song from Srimad Vallabhacharya.
Jai
Джай Шила Прабхупада. Джай Шила Прабхупада.